everyone, thanks for joining me again today. So today I think I'm going to start with a little meditation. I believe we all need some calming and some grounding and some settling, and then we'll move into just kind of an easy, fluid, kind of free-formed flow. It'll be a gentle flow, but lots and lots of breath. I talk about prana all the time in my classes. Prana, you're bringing in this light, this life force into your entire system. And it just helps you to center, to calm, to feel more relaxed, more alive. And also, when you are filling the lungs to capacity and emptying the lungs to capacity, you're getting that fresh oxygen in through the body. And that is one of the best ways to stay healthy, is just oxygenating the lungs to their capacity. So we'll begin in just a comfortable cross-legged seat, sitting bones grounded evenly down to your mat. Palms facing down is a posture of grounding. Palms facing up, posture of receiving, giving and receiving. So kind of decide where you're at right now and find your hand placement, and then gently just closing the eyes. If you have difficulty with eyelids fluttering, that kind of thing, draw your gaze down to the mat first and let the eyelids follow. So before we even begin doing the breath, what I'd like you to do is just this little inventory of where you're feeling stress, if you're feeling stress, and what areas of the body could use your attention right now. We'll start by just focusing the breathing into the lungs, expanding them and releasing it out. And then we'll channel this beautiful light after we're grounded to the areas of the body again that are calling on you. So let's begin with lung cleansing. So it's sipping air in through the nose with a nice stacked spine so you get the deepest diaphragmatic breath you can get. And then hinging at the hips, folding forward, breathing out. Inhaling, stacking the spine, filling the lungs. And when you get to your exhale, you're hinging at the hips. You're actually using your body placement to help release the air, and just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until there isn't anything left to come out of the lungs. Stack the spine, breathe it in. Keep sipping the air, not to discomfort, but until you feel like, all right, I'm full. Pause and hold there. Hold the oxygen into the lungs. And then exhale, hinge at the hips. This is going to be a loud one because I'm breathing right into the microphone. Keep stacking the spine, breathing in. At least you'll understand what I'm talking about. Breathe out. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Doing that about 3 or 4 more times. Remember to pause and hold at the top of the inhale, holding that divine light, holding the prana in the system. Replenishing, replacing, revitalizing, and then push it out. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. In breath, what is it that you desire in your world right now? A sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of safety. What is it? Breathe it into your system. Hold it there as like an I am statement. I am safe. I am healthy. I'm stable. And I'm going to manifest exactly what I need in this world right now. Exhale, let it out. Let it out. Let it out. anything and everything, every worry, concern, anxiety that is not serving you right now in this moment. Breathe in. I am safe. I am healthy. My family is healthy. I am abundant in this health. And breathe out anything again. Anything, everything, every thought, every mind clutter that you've got going on. Let it go, let it go, let it go on the exhale. Now start to slow your breathing down. Calm it down. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Think of the breath moving from the crown of the head. Visualize what that looks like, bringing in fresh oxygen in through the crown of the head, oxygenating the brain. Each breath creating a little more space, a little less clutter, a little more space, a little less clutter. Like it's washing over the top of the head, easing down through the brain, over the forehead, releasing the space between the eyebrows, down through the temples. Feel the breath moving through the sinuses. If you feel any congestion, if you feel any discomfort, visualize like a beautiful violet ray of light moving through your system. Almost like a ribbon of light. Either violet or a golden ray of light. A golden ribbon of light, a violet ray of light. Moving down through the crown of the head, wrapping itself around all those worries that the brain keeps repeating. And this golden ray of light, or this violet ray of light, is reminding you right now in this moment all is well. And that is exactly what you want to continue to manifest. All is well. Move down through the cheeks. Into the throat. Maybe tip the chin to the sky on the inhale, and on the exhale bring the chin back down to the chest. All is well as you tip the chin to the sky, opening up the throat. All is well. Chin comes back to the center, and allowing your breath to just move softly, bringing chin from right shoulder back to the center, to the left shoulder, and back to the center, finding your own rhythm. And as you're moving with the breath, again, your mantra, all is well, all is well, all is well. Knowing that we are energetic beings, and whatever vibration we're feeling on the inside, that's the vibration we're sending to the outer world. So we can send out worry vibrations, anxious vibrations, and that's exactly what we're going to be calling right back in. Or we can be sending out vibrations that in this moment, I am calm, I am healthy, all is well. And you can send that out to every being on the planet, reminding them to shift over into a state of abundance of goodness, wellness, health, and calm. surrounding family members and loved ones. As you're breathing out, think that beautiful light, that life force is surrounding your loved ones, protecting them, and sending them the vibration of calm and love. Guiding your awareness slowly down into the heart center. Now this is where it's really, really powerful. This is your chakra, fourth chakra of divine love, right? So here's where you call in and you surrender that which you cannot control and shift into that alignment, that pure, beautiful, light alignment of unconditional love. Loving yourself, loving your neighbor, loving your friends and family, loving the planet. That's what we want, that's what we need, is the vibration of love. Moving in on every breath, moving out on every breath. Let the heart space open, drawing the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Just feeling that sense of being relaxed and calm. Shoulders releasing from the ears. Slowly moving down into the diaphragm. This is where we hold our anxiety, right in the third chakra. Recreating our reality with a sense of calm, peace, joy. The joy comes for me in knowing that our earth is slowly starting to take care of itself. We're hearing reports of people in China actually being able to see the sky for the first time in a very long time. We're seeing clearer water, cleaner water, with everybody kind of pulling back and going internal. That's miraculous. That's a beautiful, beautiful divine miracle happening to our earth. Think of the same thing happening internally to you as you bring in fresh oxygen every single breath. You're creating clearer skies, cleaner water. You're clearing out your body from all of the lower vibrations and bringing in a peaceful, calm, loving vibration. Maybe your body wants to just gently rock back and forth or in circles because you can actually feel that vibration now coming from the earth. Moving your awareness and your calm through the spine, releasing and relaxing any tight muscles. As it moves into the hips and swirls around in the hips. Divine creation. Moving forward in your world, what is it that you want to create? What is it that you want to visualize? This entire planet is working together for the first time in my lifetime. That seems like a really beautiful thing to create, to share. Now I'd love for you to take a beautiful breath coming from the crown of the head, feeling it slowly melting over the entire body, relaxing the entire body. Moving down into the earth. So that's going to connect you to Mama Gaia, Mother Earth. And as you're inhaling, you're feeling your own vital life force moving down into the earth. Now feel as if you're growing roots into the earth. Every single breath, those roots are growing deeper and further out, moving down, further and branching off just like the roots of a tree. They're rooting down and they're seeking that calm, even vibration of the earth. They're connecting you. Sending messages out of what it is that you do desire to manifest in this time. Only focusing throughout the rest of this practice on what it is you want. And then noticing if you can take that off the mat into your day. Long, even breath. Inhale, continuing to go as deep as you can, as if you're moving that breath down into the center of the earth. And then just a slow, even passive exhale out. Starting from the crown of the head again. Breathing in, feeling maybe that light, that flow of light down through the spine, through the body, into the earth. One more just like that, as if it's going down into the center. And now visualize as if you get to receive from the earth. What do you want from the earth? All of its goodness. Inhale like you're going from the center of the earth back up. And all of those roots that you just planted into the earth, feel them just pulling up the goodness from the earth, the calm from the earth. The vibration of unconditional love moving in, through the feet, through the legs, into the first chakra. All is well. One more time, from the center of the earth, bring it up. Into the feet, up the legs, into the hips, first chakra. Let it just draw it in, and all that goodness manifesting in your body. Think of every single breath hitting a reset on every single cell in the body, reminding it of its perfection, not of its illness, but of its perfection. Resetting, realigning who you are. A divine manifester. All is well. And just sit in presence of that for a moment. Allow your body to just feel alive, magnetic, empowered. Not as if things are happening to us, but as if we can create exactly what we desire. We are not victims. We are manifestors. Now you are welcome to stay in a seated meditation, or feel free to join me in my free flow vinyasa class. I'm not even going to label a level on this. It's just going to be free movement. Modify where you need to. Take child's pose when you need to. This is us listening to our body in the moment, saying, yes, this is what I need. I need rest, I need calm, or I need to really dive deep into this practice today. All right, let's first begin by coming onto hands and knees and stretching out the back side of the legs after sitting for a little bit. So just curling the toes under and pressing through the heel of the right foot. Rocking yourself back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember, your breath can heal everything. So using that breath as best you can to its capacity. And just enjoy the movements right now. If you haven't noticed, I switched legs. I didn't call it out, so switching to the left. Toes are curled under. I'm just pressing back through the heel, rolling on to the ball of the foot. And then slowly coming onto hands and knees. Let's just sit back on our heels for a minute and stretch out the arches of the feet a little bit more. For some, this is really uncomfortable. For others, it feels really good. But just rocking a little bit from side to side, from the pinky toe to the big toe. If you're feeling some discomfort, bring some of the weight forward. And while you're doing that, if it feels okay to release your hands from the mat, just circle the wrists around a little bit. Today's class is all about just creating space in the body. Nice. And I'm feeling like a little chest expansion right now. So grabbing opposite elbow or opposite hand, just gently opening up the chest. You can stay as you are, or you can draw the gaze up, 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 and maybe chin to the sky. Gently releasing the hands. Coming onto the tops of the feet, walking into your version of child's pose, whether it's knees together or knees apart in extended child's pose. Reaching hands up nice and long. For me right now, I'm going to rock a little bit from side to side. I seem to carry all of my tension in my low lumbar spine right now. And so I'm just allowing that to rock out a little bit. One thing we know for sure in life is that change is constant. And so this is one of our probably biggest tests in our life on adjusting to change. So doing everything that you can do to find that sense of centeredness and calm and groundedness. So throughout your practice today, make sure you're finding the ease in the practice. Perfect. Let's come back up to tabletop pose. Deep breath in and then walking fingertips over to the right, sitting bones a little ease over to the left. Walking back to the center, fingertips go over to the right, sitting bones reach back. Fingertips go to the left, sitting bones reach back to the right. Slowly ease them center. Get a nice good stretch. Fingertips to sitting bones. And then as you're lifting, curl into that lovely cat spine. And just release, release, release through the shoulders, separating the shoulder blades. And then move into your cow spine. And as you're breathing, back in the beginning in our meditation, I was talking about breathing in the violet ray or a golden ray of light. Continue to visualize that as you're moving through the postures, wrapping around the areas, again, that are feeling maybe a little tight. Or maybe this beautiful ray of light is moving through the entire body. Each and every breath, you can visualize it revitalizing the body. One more time in your cat and cow. Tabletop pose. Left hand will stay grounded, right will reach to the sky. Full breath in as you open and expand. Exhale, we're not going to set it down. We're just going to move into a little twist. And inhale, unravel, bring it high. And exhale, reach it through. Inhale, expand, reach it high. Exhale, reach it through. One more time. Inhale, now think of that ray of light moving through the whole body out through the fingertips. Good, draw it back in on the inhale and then slowly the exhale, rest down, threading the needle. So hand can stay as it is, it can reach up and overhead. It can half bind or whole bind. Maybe you want to extend the leg. I have suddenly really enjoyed extending my leg. It feels almost like a kickstand, so I can twist a little bit differently than maybe I would if I'm on both knees. Again, as you're exploring this posture, where are you feeling any congestion, and can you send the ray of light into that space? So right now for me, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my low back. And I visualize that light just wrapping around my low lumbar spine. Think of each breath, again, creating a little more space. And then let's slowly unravel. Take your time. Feel into everything. Like right now, that extended leg feels really good to me. So you are welcome to go back into tabletop, circling the arm around, lifting and lowering, but right now I'm going to stay in this little inner thigh stretch. Breathing into it. Perfect. So other side, we'll lift again when you're ready. We're reaching and expanding and sweeping it through. And if you started before me while my leg was extended long, when you're ready, ease into threading the needle on the other side. And this side may feel a little bit different than the other side. Just explore what this side needs. Deep breath in. Filling your body with life. Deep breath out. One more breath, just as you are. I'm going to come out a little bit early so I can get that nice stretch in that I did on the other side. If you didn't take that stretch through the inner thigh, when you unravel, find your tabletop and do a couple cat and cows. And then everyone finding tabletop together. Perfect. And then drawing shoulder to hip now from side to side. Shoulder to hip. Breathing with it. Inhale as you come center. Exhale as shoulder comes to hip. If wrists are feeling fatigued, you can always come onto fists with palms facing each other. A couple more times to each side. Perfect. Grounding the hands, pointer finger facing the front of the room. Rest of the fingers spread out from there. Finding your first plank pose, pedaling that out. And then slowly lifting the hips high until you're in first downward facing dog. I'm going to inch myself forward. Good, and exaggerate it if you'd like. Maybe inside arches of the feet. You'll see that I exaggerate things a lot when I'm in my postures. Think of your body as just energy moving, light moving all the time. We are energetic beings. So rather than static poses, movement, rather than static joints where everything's locked out, keeping a bend in the knees and the elbows. All right, let's inhale, right leg high in your own timing. And if you want to bend the knee and open the hip, circle it around if that feels good in your practice. And then square it off, slowly moving into runner's lunge. Feel free to drop down to the bottom knee. My shirt is going to end up becoming a hood, so I'm going to slip that off. Nice. And whether your hands are grounded or whether you're down on forearms, just find your way through your runner's lunge. Like I like to lift my hips up, circle them around. Breathing into every area of the hips, hamstrings. Good, until I feel things kind of unlock, and then I drop down to the bottom knee. And I shift back a little bit and forward a little bit. Until I can roll onto the outside edge of my foot. If you're going to do that, make sure that the knee is following the foot and the foot's following the knee, that they're both in one line. Couple more breaths wherever you're at. Nice. If you're in forearms, come into hands. Stepping the foot back. Let's warm up the spine a little bit. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Thumbs are brushing the low ribs. Shoulders open. Tops of the feet pressed down. My quadriceps are firing nice and firm, so knees are off the mat. Belly's pulled in nice and firm. And inhale, let's just lift a little bit. Baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, tap the nose. Inhale, lifting, baby cobra, unraveled sign. Exhale, lower back down. One more time, inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, pull back. Child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Curling toes under, back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts high. Knee bends and your hip opens. Same thing here, just circling it around. Maybe the knee, maybe the ankle. Make it fluid. Maybe it's small movements, big movements. Taking a deep breath in, and on the exhale, foot comes to the outside of the hand. You can step it up 3 or 4 times. I don't care how it gets there. Runner's lunge. Kind of modeling whatever you did on the other side. So for me, I just did some circles with the hips. But you can drop down to the bottom knee right away if that feels better. Maybe shifting front and back. And if you'd like, you can roll onto the outside of the foot, but again, making sure that knee follows the toes. That one isn't grounded and one is out, protecting your knee. A couple more breaths in your runner's lunge. Nice. If you're done on forearms, coming up to hands. Hands are planted right underneath the shoulders. My front foot's going to meet the back. Breathing in. Let's take our first chaturanga. You could be from knees if that feels better, lowering 90 degrees or all the way down to the mat. Up dog or cobra. I'm going to hold my up dog for just a minute and stretch out the front side of the body, or you can lift right into downward facing dog. If you are going to hang in upward facing dog for a few breaths, make sure that Uddiyana Bandha, that core lock and the root lock are firmly engaged so that you are not compromising the low back. All right, let's roll up onto all 10 toes now. Bend the knees, bring the belly back to the thighs. Funny sensation in my calf right now. Take it to the top of the mat. Let's go wide now. Feet are more than hip distance apart, so to the outside edges of the mat. And then again, just rocking yourself side to side, letting the back release, letting the gaze go between the knees. Knees are bent deeply. Staying as you are, or maybe taking a chest expansion again. All is well. Let's sink down into a little yogi squat now. Letting the hips gently open. Maybe this doesn't feel great for you, putting a block or a little stool or something underneath the sitting bones. Maybe you're right here instead, or here, just allowing the inner thighs to ease open. There's no right or wrong way to do this as long as the knees are tracking out towards the pinky toe. Just keep the knees open. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Another big inhale. And on the exhale, let's straighten the legs to your ability. Toe heel to feet, hip distance. Find a nice halfway lift. And I really like to take my forward folds with bent knees, connecting belly to thighs. Most especially in the beginning of class when the body isn't that warm yet. And again, if you want to rock a little bit from side to side, head is hanging heavy. Bringing fresh oxygen to the brain. Good. Coming back to center. Once again, finding a halfway lift. Fold and surrender on the exhale. Bend the knees. Reverse your swan dive. Bring it all the way into Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands come back to heart center. Close the eyes. Samastiti Tahi. Now we have another opportunity in Samastiti to really solidify what it is we want in this world right now, the direction we want to move in. I am statements. Leaving the not out. Your statements do not have not in them. I am this, I am that, I am abundant, I am healthy, I am strong, I am stable, I am manifesting. Moving into Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Open with a glorious baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, bring the hands through the heart, forward fold. Bent knees, I love it. Inhale, open, halfway lift to a long spine. Exhale, step back. You can always come to knees, shifting the weight forward. You can always lower all the way down to the mat. Opening for cobra pose instead of up dog. Falling back into downward facing dog. Long breath in. Long breath out. Filling the lungs. Making your way to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Slow everything down. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Fill the lungs. Open baby back bend. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, hands through the heart, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, ground the hands. Move through your vinyasa. Breathe it into up dog or cobra. Take your time. Open that front side of the body. Bring it into downward facing dog. Rolling up onto 10 toes. Bending the knees, belly back to the thighs. Good, easing to the top of the mat. Finding space, halfway lift. Just a surrendering exhale, forward fold. Reverse your swan dive. Tadasana, all is well. Inhale into a steeple grip. Exhale, side body bend. Good, inhale back to the center. Side body bend. Inhale back to the center. Little baby back bend. Maybe interlacing hands behind you. Moving into your forward fold. Release hands to the mat, halfway lift. Grounding the hands, step back, move through your flow. Could be from knees, could be from toes. Easing into downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Up on 10 toes. Walking or jumping, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high, Tadasana. Shoulders release from the ears, sit back in your chair, Utkatasana. Let's fire up the breath a little bit more. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Slow it down. Full breath in. Hands to the heart. Forward fold. Open halfway. Ground the hands. Step back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's flow. Inhale, right leg high. Right knee, right tricep. Inhale, bring it high. Right knee, left tricep. Inhale, bring it high. Coming into warrior 1. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, bring it right back down. Front foot meets the back. Ease into your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Grounding breath when you get there. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling left leg. Left knee, left tricep. Good. Inhale, bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, bring it high. Warrior one. Ground it down, sweep it up, broad breath in, fill the lungs. Empty the lungs as you bring it right back down to the mat. Take your time. Fill the lungs in up dog or cobra. And release, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Keep pedaling the knees out if you'd like. Pedal the heels out. Find that movement and that flow with the body, that movement and flow with the breath. Good, rolling up onto all 10 toes. Good, bring it to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Open mouth, exhale, dump it out. Inhale, exhale. Breathe it in. One more. Slow it down, fill the lungs. Hands to the heart. Forward fold. Open, halfway lift. Round the hands, chaturanga. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Grounding breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. Right knee, right tricep. Inhale, high. Right knee, left tricep. Inhale, nice and high. Again, warrior one. Ground the feet. Stabilize. Sweep it up. Fill the lungs. And then bring it right back down. All is well. Open up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale, bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Good, inhale high. Sweet warrior one, ground the feet. Fill the lungs, feel powerful in your warrior. Bring it right back down. Exhale everything out from the lungs all the way through your chaturanga. Rejuvenate as you move into up dog. Downward facing dog. All is well. Roll onto 10 toes. Good, bring it to the top of the mat. Open, halfway lift. Again, maybe bend the knees as you fold. Sweep it into chair pose, Utkatasana. Pause and hold. Take a nice inhale. And on the exhale, gentle twist to the right. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Inhale, center. One more time. Gentle twist. And center. Gentle twist. And center. Forward fold. Open halfway. Ground the hands, chaturanga. Now that our body's warm, let's change it up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg high. This time, bend the knee, open the hip. Pause and stay there for just a breath. Now square it off. Right knee, right tricep. Good. Bring it high. Right knee, left tricep. Bring it high. This time, low lunge. Pause in your low lunge. From the glutes, pull everything into the midline. Stack the spine till you come to rise in a very solid and safe crescent lunge. Inhale, let's rise. Exhale, lower down. Open up the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Good. Two more. One more, lift up. Gentle twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Bring the belly through, shoulders and gaze. Back hand can come to the back thigh, top hand can reach to the sky. Long, even breath in. Settle into that lunge on the exhale. One more breath. Inhale back to the center. Find calm. Straighten the leg. Open to warrior two. Find your warrior two. Establish a nice grounded feeling through the feet. Stabilize through the hips and then reach out through the fingertips. Begin, let's just bring palms to the sky. And then palms back down to the mat. Inhale as we expand. And exhale, bringing palms to touch. Good, and inhale, open. Draw your warrior open. Exhale, squeeze and exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring palms to touch one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring palms to touch, pause and hold. Reach it forward now. Left hand's going to come down to the mat, inside arch. I'm going to gently draw my belly through my shoulders and then finish with my gaze in revolved extended side angle. If it doesn't feel good on the back knee, pop onto the ball of the back foot instead of having it grounded in a warrior two foot. Good, just keep reaching and breathing. Reaching and breathing. Twisting and rinsing. One more breath. Good, bringing the right hand back down to the inside arch. Extend it nice and high, extended side angle. Open, open breath. One more, just as you are. Good, let's reverse our triangle. So straightening the front leg, lifting up and lifting back. Side body stretch. Back hand can just slide down the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana. Move with your breath, reverse. Trikonasana. One more time. Reverse, fill the lungs. Exhale, triangle, pause and hold. Beautiful day. Nice. One more breath just as you are. Now let's twist and rinse our triangle pose. So my top hand is going to now reach to the front of my mat. My hips are going to square off. Reaching forward, grounding fingertips down. Maybe the back foot needs to turn in a little bit more. Good, fingertips ground, belly's gonna come through, shoulders, gaze, revolve, triangle, little rinse. Hold here and breathe. Really long, luxurious breaths. One more. Perfect, find your triangle pose again. My hand's gonna come to the inside arch. The left hand's gonna reach high to the sky, as expansive as you can get, and then sweep it up into star pose. Sink it down into goddess pose. Nice. Let's just do a little side body bending. So hands again are gonna reach up and then come right to the back of the head. Inhale, and then exhale, elbow to knee. And inhale back to the center. Exhale, elbow to knee. If it feels better, just reaching fingertips from side to side. Moving with your own breath. Belly's pulled in nice and firm. Nice. Thighs are externally rotating, knees are tracking out towards the pinky toe. A couple more times to each side. The release gets to be prasarita, so you get a nice long stretch. One more time. There we go. Reach it up, hands come back to the heart. Breathe, 4. 3, you can do this. This is what we do in stressful times, right? We breathe. 2 more. 1 more. Release. Get a good inhale. Bring the feet parallel, even pigeon-toed. Hands come to the hips. We're going to lift up and right over the hip flexors into our fold. Start by just gazing down at the mat, nice long spine. Can you get a little more length, maybe a little bend to the knee, fingertips plant. Nice. Deep fold, prasarita. Feel free to take a chest expansion or maybe grabbing onto big toes. Gentle release, come to a halfway lift. Good, and let's slowly turn the feet back out again and lunge to the top of your mat. Coming back to the center, side lunge to the back of the mat. Coming back to the center, lunge to the front. All of these movements are with your breath. We're inhaling center and exhale, ease into the lunge. Perfect. One more time, come back to the center, side lunge to the front of your mat, and we're going to pause and hold here. So, either putting a block or a little stool underneath the sitting bones, or just ease deeper into your side lunge. This lengthened leg is going to externally rotate. So the knee's going to go to the sky, the toes are going to go to the sky. In the bent knee, those knees are going to track out towards the pinky toe, just for safety. So playing around again with flexibility and maybe a little bit of movement with the breath through the hips, maybe a bind. If you're going to take the bind, let's become bigger than what I just did. Let's get more expansive in that. So stretching the arms long and open and then finding that bind. My body needs this right now. If this is uncomfortable, again, stack some blocks, stack a stool or some blankets or pillows under the sitting bones so you've got some place to rest. External rotation. Option 2 could be to come into Janu Sirsasana. So you're sitting down and then just maybe taking a side bend. Find what works for you. 3 more breaths wherever you're at. Two more breaths. One more beautiful breath. And then coming to low lunge to the front of the room, front of your mat, dropping down to the bottom knee, lifting up and overhead, little baby back bend. Releasing hands down to the mat, inhale, exhale, pull the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Shifting back into your low lunge, walking the foot out to the outside edge of the mat. Keeping left hand grounded, take a breath in and a little twist. Staying as you are, or maybe grabbing onto the back foot. Little deeper stretch. Long, even breath in. Nice passive breath out. Good, coming back to the center, ground the hands. Front foot meets the back, shifting weight forward, lower down, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog, shake the legs out, shake them, shake them. Perfect. While you're in your down dog, I'm going to shift going in the other direction so my back isn't to you on this side. Let's inhale, left leg high. And bend the knee and open the hip. And maybe circle the knee around. Squaring the hips off. Left knee, left tricep. Inhale, bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, bring it nice and high. Exhale, low lunge. Pause here for a minute. Zipping everything up. That Mula Bandha, the root lock, the core lock, the glutes. Crescent lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Full breath. 1 more. Gentle twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Stay as you are, or back hand will come to the back thigh. Top hand reaches to the sky. Breathe, breathe. All is well. Coming back to the center. Straighten the leg, give it a nice little break. Open warrior 2. Reset the legs or the feet so that they feel really nice and stable. Pull it into the pelvis. Arms extend nice and long. Palms to the sky to relax the shoulders. Palms back down to the mat. Gaze to the front fingertips. Inhale as you expand through the breath. Exhale as you bring palms to touch. Inhale as you lengthen it back out. Exhale, palms to touch. 2 more. 1 more. Pause and hold here. Reach forward, grounding fingertips. Revolved extended side angle, so right hand will stay planted or fingertips or fists. Belly's going to come through, shoulders and gaze. Staying grounded on the outside edge of the back foot. If you're having trouble with the knee, coming onto the ball of the back foot. Feel into the pose, feel into the knee. Notice what you need. 2 more breaths. 1 more deep, even breath. Left hand comes down, right hand reaches to the sky. Extended side angle, hold here, 2 breaths. Whew, 1 more. Inhale, reverse your triangle, lift up, lift back. Reach it nice and open. And then move into Trikonasana. Good, or reverse your triangle. Back into Trikonasana. 2 more, inhale, find length at the side body. Exhale. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, triangle pose. Breathe into it. All is well. One more breath. Slowly squaring the hips off again, so you may need to turn the back foot in and shorten your stance a little bit. Squaring the hips off into revolved triangle. I'm going to reach forward with that left hand, planting down to the mat, a block. You could even use a coffee can or paint can, whatever you have at home to plant your hand on. Belly's going to come through, shoulders, and then gaze. I'm kind of cracking up at my reference on a coffee can. I don't know who uses those anymore. 2 more breaths, just as you are. 1 more. Perfect. Find your Trikonasana again. Good, let's reach it up. Into star, heels tick in, toes tick out. And down into your glorious goddess pose. Everybody loves goddess. Externally rotate the thighs, knees track out. Zip up, right? My glutes are firm, so I'm pulling into the midline. I'm lifting up nice and tall, hands into prayer position. This time we're just going to breathe, right? So think of tearing the mat in half right now, pressing opposing directions with the feet. Two more breaths. One more glorious, even breath. Come on, all the way up into star. Feet come parallel, prasarita. Maybe you want to take a chest expansion this time. Maybe you want to take a little twist. Maybe you want to explore an inversion, crow pose, tripod headstand. Whatever variation you're taking, if you're doing a headstand, you're not kicking up, you're being safe. Two more breaths. Hands release down to the mat, come to a halfway lift. We're going to externally rotate, toes towards the corner of the mat, side lunging. Good, moving ever so slowly with the breath. Good, side lunging to the front of the mat on the left side. Sitting on a block, a bolster, a pillow, a coffee can, whatever you have in your house. If it doesn't feel good, to bring it to the floor. Externally rotate the knee to the sky, toes to the sky. If you want to take that bind, remember we're getting really big with the arms and then wrapping them around. Long, even breath in. Beautiful breath out. Two more, just like that. Good, let's release. Moving into low lunge. To the front of the mat. Sweeping arms up and overhead. Take a little baby back bend. Release fingertips down, take an inhale. Exhale, straighten the front legs, Ardha Hanumanasana, maybe going all the way back, sitting on the heel. Always finding length and then finding fold and unraveling the belly a little bit more, seeing if it can inch down the thigh a little bit. You can certainly have a nice, deep, generous bend in the knee, finding what serves your body the most. Think of your ribbon of light again, your violet ray or the golden ray moving through the body. Where is it needed now? Slowly shift forward, walking the foot up and out, runner's lunge. Beautiful. Right hand will stay planted. Inhaling and exhale, take a little twist, maybe grabbing the back foot. If you don't have a strap at home, you can always use a belt or a towel. Whenever I travel and teach on the road, there usually are not a closet full of props. So we use whatever we can find around us. Oftentimes it's a towel for many different uses. All right, let's come out of your twist. Grounding hands, front foot meets the back. Let's lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Pedaling it out, shifting weight and gaze. Coming down on to knees and crossing your, actually, let's move into hip opener from here. So, coming down onto knees if you want to do a seated hip opener, coming onto your back if you'd like to take figure 4, or finding half pigeon in your practice. For me, I'm going to do fire log pose. I did cow face pose last time. I'll do fire log this time. So, easy seat is a great hip opening posture if you have really tight hips. Fire log is just one step up from that. And I do not have really open hips. So my fire log, some people can stack thigh or shin over shin. Mine don't stack in that way, but it still feels good for me. So finding your side, and I will pause and just breathe with you. Sending your ribbon of light again down to the hips right now that are slowly unlocking and letting go and releasing. Hips again are second chakra. Divine creation. What is it that you want to create right now in your life? Sitting with that intention. Let's take about 4 more breaths on this side. Three more. Two. And one. If you're in downward facing dog, or excuse me, if you're in half pigeon, coming into down dog. If you are on your back, bringing feet to the sky. If you're in seated, just extend legs long for a minute, shake them out. Maybe take a nice forward fold. And moving on to the other side when you feel ready. Uncrossing, recrossing legs. If you're in fire log or easy seat. About 3 or 4 more breaths on this side. And gently easing out of it, finding another downward facing dog, a forward fold, or extending legs to the sky. And if you're in down dog, coming down to knees, crossing legs, pulling feet through. If you're on your back, rolling up to seated. Everyone else just extending nice and long. Moving into Marichyasana. So I'm going to move my little microphone over here and pivot this way. Extending left leg long. Right foot comes to the inside thigh, inner thigh. You could stay here. You could cross it over, making sure sitting bones are still grounded evenly, or you can bend the knee, taking a little bit deeper posture. Again, making sure sitting bones are equally grounded, that you're not lifting the hip up to cross the leg. All right, so breathing in with a nice stacked spine, and on the exhale, let's just hug the thigh to begin with into the chest. And then gently bring the belly through and the shoulders, and finishing with the gaze. Back hand will ground right along the spine. And let's come back to center release, little gentle twist, counter twist. Coming back to center again. If your legs are like this, you can lift up and re-swivel, and you're in the next pose. Otherwise, uncross, recross. So extending right leg long, left foot comes to the inside thigh or over to the other side. Good. Sitting bones grounded evenly on this side. Make sure that feels good. Sitting up tall, full breath. And on the exhale, hug the thigh. Belly comes through, shoulders gaze, and lining fingertips along the spine. Breathe into the hips, breathe into the rotation. Good. Gentle release, counter twist. Back to the center again. Extend legs long in front of you. Just shake them out if they're not already lengthened. Paschimottanasana. So slowly flex the toes back towards the nose. My thighs are very active. So my quadriceps are firing and shortening so that my hamstrings can lengthen. Good. And sitting bones grounded evenly. Take a breath in. The safest way to take a fold is with a straight back. So maybe this is as far as you're going. If you want to bend the knees, that feels better to you. You're just bending as long as head is in line with the spine. If bent knees, or if you've got a nice bend to the knees, then you can slowly allow the body to just melt down onto the thighs. If you have straight legs, you want to make sure again that the torso is all in one nice little unit instead of a big curve of the spine. Then I would bend the knees so that everything can kind of just relax and surrender onto the thighs. And let's slowly release, come to seat, shake the legs. Bring the feet together, Baddha Konasana, sitting bones inching towards the heels, sitting up nice and tall again, deep breath, and exhale, little fold. So you can actually use the forearms to open up the knees, to peel them open. And release, extend the legs long. Slowly carve out the belly, make your way down onto the mat. Knees come back into the chest. Give them a little squeeze again. Little circles in one direction, little circles in the other. Grounding the feet hip distance apart, sitting bones inching towards, or heels inching towards the sitting bones, moving into bridge. So let's just peel the tailbone off the mat, let the hips follow, and slowly inch your way up the spine, shimmying the shoulders underneath. Making sure that your platform is on your shoulders and triceps, not on the neck. And relax, bring the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Little windshield wiper from side to side. Perfect. Knees come back to the center, hip distance apart. We'll move into plow pose and shoulder stand. So if you'd like a more restorative plow pose, then putting a rolled up blanket or rolled up towel underneath the hips and feet just come to the sky. If you want to move into full plow pose and shoulder stand, you can do that now. And as you're moving into your shoulder stand, same thing here. Gaze is always at the sky, never looking at the video, right? And you're stacking joints, so you're shimmying the shoulders underneath, squeezing shoulder blades together, lining up on the triceps, hands come to the back, extending legs up to the sky. Think of your Tadasana upside down right now. So you're grounding the feet up towards the sky. You're pulling up of the pelvic floor, engaging that Uddiyana Bandha. It's going to give you a little more lift. And staying as long as it feels good to you when you're ready. Knees coming to the nose, maybe to the ears. And then slowly rolling out into happy baby. Maybe taking one side at a time in happy baby, just taking half happy baby, doing little compressions. Nice. Let's move into our supine twist. So left leg will go long. Right knee comes into the chest. And maybe it's both knees that cross over. You decide how your spine is feeling right now. But knees will cross over to the left, or knee will cross over to the left. Shoulders are grounded evenly and gazing to the right. Coming back to the center, bring the knee into the chest, give it a nice good squeeze, lowering it down. Left knee comes into the chest, little circles. Full inhale, and exhale, drawing across the body. Supine twist. Bringing it back into your chest. Another nice squeeze. And the right knee come and meet the left. Bringing the forehead up to the knees, pressing shins into forearms. Full, deep, even breath in. And a nice passive open mouth exhale. As you move into your Shavasana. All is well. Staying as long as you'd like in your Shavasana. When you feel ready, beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. Feel your body completely revitalized. Your spirit constantly restoring and replenishing. When you feel ready, rolling onto your side, using your arm as a pillow. Just as if you hit a reset button and you get to begin your day, your life, all over again, coming up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Eyes are closed. This time palms are facing up on the knees, posture of receiving, giving and receiving. Before we end our practice, I would love for you to just visualize in this moment of peace and calm, what is your special gift that you can offer the world? Can you shut down the TV and the radio and just find a place of peace and calm and really sit with what is it that I have to offer the world to make it a better place? We're seeing examples of that all over the place right now. What is your offering? And what is it that you need to receive in this moment? And how can you figure out an even energy exchange between the two? Between giving and receiving. Something to consider, maybe taking a long walk today. Let's bring hands in prayer position to your heart center. And guiding the love and light from the heart to the third eye center, may you have peace in your thoughts. Prayer hands to your lips, may you have peace in your words. Prayer hands to your heart, peace in your heart and your actions. Bowing forward to seal in our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all well.